Hey, what's happening out there, YouTube? Carlos C&L Small Engine Repair and Mobile Service. Hey guys, I want to show you something right real quick on testing some coils and the tools. Well, one tool that's a little better than the other one. This machine come in. It's a Kohler 7000 series KT735, and it's on a Cub Cadet XT1, I think. Yeah, XT1, and it come in. The guy said, "Oh, this thing surges, man." Way I got this was through Tractor Supply. They're actually going to warranty this out of the store. It's got 534 hours on it, I think. But anyway, kudos to Tractor Supply for taking care of their folks. But 534 hours, come on. But anyway, I got two spark plug testers here. Move some of this crap out of the way. I'll show you right real quick. And what we're going to do, we're going to test. I'm going to show you the difference in the two and how I found out that this thing has a bad coil, that if you didn't have this one spark plug tester, you probably wouldn't have found it. But let me turn it around here. I'll show you. All right, guys. Move some of this junk out of the way. Here is two spark plug testers. All right. This one here is just like most people have. It just lights up, shows you that it's got a coil. This one here is adjustable. Okay. You can see how strong your coils are and stuff. So when I start this up, first off the bat, let's just go ahead and put this one on it. Now, this thing is not, it's not, it's not surging. It has a bad coil on it, which it's not. I knew it wasn't surging when I heard it. I was just like, well, that's not a surge, that's a miss. This thing's missing. Sorry for all the moving around here, guys. Just getting this connected. I'll show you. When you start this engine up, now you can pick out a miss in this. If you watch this light, you'll see it blink. You'll see it go off and be like a spot. There shows you a miss in this one. I'm not saying this is a bad way to do it. I'm just going to show you a better way of doing it. Okay, so if you tested the coil with that, you'd be like, well, I'm getting power. I'm getting power, man. This thing shouldn't be missing. Now let's go to this one. I'll show you something. I can get it snapped in there. I think it's good enough. In this part here, I like to put it back on the spark plug. Turn this around here to where you can see it. And see it good. Well, I can get this back on there and make it stay. All right, now watch. All right, you seen how when it first started, it was throwing power, right? It was throwing plenty of power, because you could see the blue arc. Now, let's take it over here to this side. It's a V-twin. So you're trying to figure out which coil's missing. Which one is it? Well, if it was a single cylinder, that would be simple, wouldn't it? But where this one's a twin cylinder. Hang on a second, guys. You can still hear me, I'm sure. I'm going to show you the difference in these two coils and how they react. I don't really want that touching metal. So, okay, now I'm going to start this up. See if I can hold this. Get this up out of the way. That would help. All right. Now watch this. You see how that had that really good spark all the way out and the other one didn't? So that tells you there you got a weak coil on one side. Now, these little things are awesome. I'll be honest with you. For a diagnostic tool, I don't see how a shop, especially a shop, gets by without one of these. These are good. These with the little light. They're really good for a quick check just to see if you're getting any kind of spark. But this one here, You know, you've seen the difference on one cylinder to the other. There's no denying that, guys. One side is weaker than the other. So where's your miss coming from? Your miss is coming out of that one. Now, if you noticed at the beginning of the video when I hooked the one up that lights up, you can see that light flicker. Now, it's going to sit there and it's going to flicker some, okay? But when it's flickering, then all of a sudden it's dead, then it starts flickering again, then it's dead, it starts flickering. There's your miss. That's your miss. Now, there's a lot of ways. I've heard all kinds of stuff on these, okay? If you can see, if I can get that thing to focus without trying to focus on my face. But anyway, the numbers on there, 0, 2, and 4, 0, and all that. If you come back out to about that 2, and you're not getting spark out to the 2, I bet you on this one cylinder right here, I could screw that way out, and it would be throwing a real long blue flame, you know, blue spark, to where the other side's done quit. It's not throwing it that far. So it doesn't have enough power to keep this thing running. The chief complaint on this thing was it's surging and it surges under load. A lot of guys out there would think that this machine was surging, and they'd be like, oh, it's surging, it's surging. I'm going to clean the carburetor. So they pull the carburetor off of it. They clean the carburetor up. They put the carburetor back on and it's still doing it. Well, what's the problem? It's not a surge. It's a miss. After time, you kind of learn to develop, or you know what it sounds like, I should say, after you've encountered so many of them. And to me, this is just me, it sounds like a hollow thump. You know, it's da-da-da thump, da-da-da thump, da-da-da thump, da-da-da thump, like that. And I'm just like, that's a miss. If it was surging, you know, it'd be ribbing up and down. Keep going up and down on you. This thing wasn't doing that. So it's got a dead coil in it. So I'm going to get a coil for this thing and put it on. This literally took me like 5-10 minutes to diagnose this. So just heads up on this stuff, guys. If you don't have one of these, it's an adjustable. I think this one's made by Lisle. Lisle. Don't have no name or anything on it. You can pick them up, man. They're no more expensive than I mean, they're cheap. You know, 10, 15 bucks. And they last. They're going to last a lot longer than the one that's got the light on it. I mean, everybody's got the one with the light, okay? That's just, like I said, just a quick check. Just to throw it on there, bam, it's got fire. But if you noticed, it was still showing the whole time. It was showing that there was enough spark there to keep that bulb lit in there. But when we put the other one on, it could show you right real quick that the coil's weak on it. So anytime, guys, actually I think that is a lot of guys that work on autos, you know, cars and stuff like that, they use them. But I've used one for, gosh, I don't know how long. As long as I've been able to find one. I know that one right there is about 4 or 5 years old, something like that. They just don't go bad. I mean, if they do, all you got to do is really wire your wire up to your plug. And then, guys, I've seen all kinds of stuff. I've seen guys take wire, wrap them around a bolt, stick it up in there, you know, the right size, just enough to make contact and all that kind of stuff. And that works. I mean, it does work. I ain't saying you have to have one of these, but man, it sure makes a big difference when you can actually hook one up and diagnose it in 5 or 10 minutes, and all you've done was pop spark plug wires off of it, hook that up and started it, and you can definitely see it. So guys, if you don't have one of those, get you one of those. If you're having problems, just remember, not every time that a mower doesn't run right or anything like that. I understand we get in the mindset because the gas we've got is so bad that the first thing hits our mind is gas related. A miss can be a lot of things. It can be gas related, but most of the time, a miss is not going to be gas related. I mean, the gas is what it is. It's either going to burn or it's not. It's not like part of the gas in the carburetor is going to burn and the other part's not. It's just, well, water can separate. Water's heavier, so it always goes to the bottom. But that's beside the point. What you're looking for here is, why is it missing under a load? Well, the reason that it's missing under a load is because the coil's weak. It could probably sit there at low idle, and you probably wouldn't hear that miss a whole lot. When you rev it up and it really needs to fire, and it's firing fast, you can only imagine. This thing is dead cold, okay? I mean, it ain't been run none. I drove it in here. Then, what was that, 30 seconds? A minute maybe? And then you're shutting it back off. You can only imagine how this thing sounds after it runs for like 30 minutes or something. I bet it is missing like crazy because that coil's done got hot then and it's really bad. So anyway, guys, get you one of these little spark plug testers, man. Make life a lot easier on you. And no matter what you do it for the glory of God, or it's just not worth doing. Till next time, see you nails out.